welcome to the GameFace Show. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm going to start by saying that Alex Trebek can suck it, because I'm not hearing the stuff that he's been saying about Nerdcore. Really wound me up. I'm not going to talk about it again during the show, but oh my word. What did we ever do to you? Start slagging us off like that. No. Right, that's all I'm going to say on that. We're moving on. Tonight, as always, it's all about you. I'd love to hear from you. We're going live on LiveLeak. I've got the Twitch chat in front of me there, the tweets, everything, all the rest of it. Please let us know. Oh, I've got the emails as well. Let us know what you've been doing through the week. Let us know what you think of what's coming up in the show, because I've got couple of genuine questions tonight. There's a couple of pieces that I've put in specifically because I don't know how to feel about it, and I want your feedback. I want you to help me process it. Coming up tonight, we've got Button Bashers, we've got Lee Bolton, director of the film, and we've also got Mr. Jim Bagley as well. They're going to be both on the couch with us. I'm going to be talking to both of them about what they've been up to and all the rest of it. I'm really excited about this, actually. I met Lee a bit ago, and he did a little video of me, and he's a genius editor. What he did with my rant was amazing. I'm very happy with that. And Jim, I've seen him from afar, and I've been quietly impressed, and he went and invited himself on my show, so I'm very happy about that. Really happy, actually. I was doing my little dances. We've not just got that, though. We've also got GameGear, the first episode of our brand new format. It's our way of going and meeting you and finding out what you've been doing. I really hope you like it. I think you will. I've not seen the final finished cut with all the bells and whistles and everything, but the first export that I saw a few weeks ago that I've been sort of like obsessed with, I'm hoping that you see it and you email us and you say, I want to be one. Please make me look that amazing. Big props to Steve, because he did a very good job on that. We're also going to talk a little bit about Chipfest. Obviously, Chip Battles is coming up. I've got a lot of Chip Battles news for you, but Chipfest in particular, we've got this gorgeous video that you're gonna adore. It's only like 30 seconds or so, and it's so low resolution. I wouldn't normally have something like this going out like with our name on it, but oh my word, you're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely love it. Last weekend's winner of the game was Pan Purdue. Well, one of you won that anyway. I know there's two of you. You're gonna have to fight it out. This week's game is The Beginner's Guide by Davey Redden, creator of The Stanley Parable. And I'm not really gonna say anything else on it, because if you have played The Stanley Parable, then you'll know full well you don't want to know anything about it. You don't want it ruining. All you have to do to win it is comment on the Twitch tonight, comment on the YouTube through the week. I do keep an eye on it, and you can win just like Pan Purdue or Grascore won last week. Right, I think that's it for introductions. It's all right, isn't it? It's not too bad. We still not had 100% confirmation, but the very last thing you're going to say tonight, that you're going to see tonight, I'm still waiting on like 100% we can show it, so I'm not saying it in the introduction, but keep an eye out for the very last minute of the show, because you're going to see something very special. But I'm not going to announce it just in case I get a big panicked warning of like, abort, don't do it, Graham, you know. So, but yeah, I'm just going to show it anyway. I don't care. That's just my little disclaimer, and then I won't see the message if it comes in, because it's there on the system. It's happening, and. Right, a little bit of feedback from last week, and this is something I noticed myself. I slipped very quickly into radio mode, and when I'm on the radio, a long-time listeners will know, we're all there, we're in that tiny little booth. It's actually a TARDIS, and we get the conversation going, and I ended up doing what I did on the radio, where I just sort of slip back and go like this quite a lot, and I was like, yes, really. So, in order to try and balance that and continue my TV training, we've ripped away all of my safety nets for this evening. There's no Sunday Stephen, there's no Oracle, because normally they're my boys. I can just verbally, they know all my movements and my body language. They know when to jump in and all the rest of it. So we've destroyed them, because I was watching me and I was screaming at the camera. I was like, Graham, look at the camera, talk to you. So hopefully we're going to get a little bit better and we can all improve together, eh? Oh, I said that just for the live leakers. I'm going to be trying to keep an eye on LiveLeak a bit more this week. I didn't realise you were all so active and so wonderful. Thanks so much. We're already getting Gaiden. Wonderful. Right, I'm going to introduce our guests, but before we do, they've brought a little video for the Button Bashers, and I'd like you to see this before we get talking to him, so you know what's going on.
Hi there, my name is Lee Bolton and I'm in the arcade club in Bury, and this is a new film called The Button Bashers.
You're all right. That's pretty cool, wasn't it? The man himself that shot and edited that is right there on the couch. Hello. I see it, Lee Bolton. How you doing, man?
It's good, yeah, I'm doing really well. It's great in here, isn't it? It's like my bedroom. It's fantastic, isn't it? Brilliant. Love it.
It's a weird mix of set and comfy, isn't it? It's a weird halfway point that's very, very enjoyable.
It's fantastic.
So Lee, at the moment you've just you've got a Kickstarter going at the moment for this film.
Yeah.
You're already shooting it. You're already making it. You're just trying to get a bit more money to make it shiny, aren't you?
The last bit of the funding that's out there. I think it's 10 days left, probably a bit more on the Kickstarter campaign. But yeah, we started shooting it this weekend at Play, so we're doing all the interviews with our lovely retro legends, such as Jim here. So it's all going really great, and it's really exciting, and I'm geeking out, meeting these people and stuff, and crying and stuff, and going home. It's brilliant, it's great.
Yeah, just you saying the names to me sort of freaked me out a little bit, actually.
I know, it's great, you know, speaking to someone like John Hare, Sensible Soccer and stuff like that, it's just great. And they're all really sort of looking forward to the film, because it's a docudrama. I've said this before, haven't I? It's a docudrama, but you're going to see the interviews, and it's intercut with the scenes from the 80s. So you're going to see Ocean Software in Manchester, Imagine in Liverpool. You're going to see these places, you know, where Jim worked, and you know, it's fantastic. I love it. It's great.
Well, that's a perfect place to go to Jim, actually. Do you want to let everyone know who you are, just in case?
I'm Jim Bagley. Been in the games industry for 30 years now. Worked at loads of places, done stuff for Ocean through special effects, software creations, done Sega stuff, Sony stuff. You know. you name it.
You did. You worked on a Saturn, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm a massive Saturn boy. It's ridiculous. I'm like, no. As soon as I saw that on your CV, I was like, is he a good lad? He's a good lad. Because I was all about my 2D fighters, and I hated the PlayStation back in the day.
Yeah.
But everyone told me I'd made this big mistake. You know, like, oh, you shouldn't have got a Saturn.
I loved Sega.
Yeah.
The Sega stuff was like Mega Drive was better than the SNES games wise. I thought. Maybe because I was on it, but yeah.
Cooler.
It's funny you say that. We had Mega Drive versus SNES on last Sunday's Fab Radio International show.
Yeah.
And
how did that turn out?
Yeah, Mega Drive wiped the
There you
floor,
go.
man, completely. Yeah. It was 2 different playlists curated by 2 different people. It was like the best of the best, and Mega Drive was the only one that got us dancing. You know, the soundtracks were absolutely stunning. Yeah. You've brought a few things. I'm going to get to them in a wee bit. No, go on, show us one now. Actually, go on. I can't say that and then we not do that. So do you want to tell everyone what this is then? Because
this is the Spectrum Next prototype that I've been working on, doing the video and the sprites and stuff. If anyone follows my YouTube account, this is version 1.2. The next version of the development kit is going to be the final PCB, and that will be given to me in the early part of November, and then it'll take like a week or 2 testing it, make sure everything's running fine, and then I think it'll be going down to the Kickstarter. So what's your end game for this then? You want it out there? Do you want to be putting out new games on the old, like what you know what? I'm going to be doing new games. The first one is like a Donkey Kong clone, like a fan remake, obviously with more colours, like the 8x1 attributes, so it's like 8 pixels but 1 pixel high attributes. So basically you get a lot more colour. The graphics will look a lot better. Still Spectrum colours, but it'll look a lot better. And then you can get there's a lot of different graphic modes on this. But for the first game, I'm just going to be using the 8.1. It's like the Timex mode.
I've actually been watching your YouTubes, and that was the video before we went on air. That was like, right, if he mentions that, put that on, but it's not bloody there. It's all on me. Something I've just not sent it. It was there. I even trimmed a little bit off the end where you move the camera down.
Yeah.
Wasting me time, and it did blow my mind a little bit watching it. Actually, it's like exactly what you've just said. It is a Spectrum. It looks like a Spectrum, but the colours are just insane.
Yeah. What I want to do after doing Donkey Kong, I want to do Midnight Resistance. So it'll be exactly the same as Midnight Resistance was on the Spectrum, but I want to do all the sprites as 16 colour sprites, and so it basically the arcade sprites, or as close as possible to the arcade sprites.
That's funny that, because you were known and respected for converting arcade games.
Yeah.
And now you're like, no. Well, I guess in terms of the way that the technology's moved on, you can now aim for arcade. I think that we're all right there, aren't we? Yeah. You know. And I want to ask you actually, what's this thing with Dragon's Lair? Because I've seen this and I've looked at it.
Yeah.
And then I saw Doom running on, and I honestly, because the thing is, there's going to be on the YouTube right now. Yeah. You're on a little screen here, and someone can click that, and it's going to take them through to this video. Yeah. Okay, so. Cool. If you could just explain, because I've watched it and I know you got in the world record, all that stuff, and I still don't understand what was going on.
Right, basically, when I was doing Dragon's Lair, I started like getting the video. Once I'd got the video player working, it was then a case of converting the video from full screen, Laserdisc, like full colour imagery, down to black or white in 128 by 96 pixels. So there's a huge loss of like information for the eyes, and what I needed to, because it's going down not only in colour down to black and white, but you're also losing a lot of the resolution, so a lot of the detail was lost, and started using some of the free converters that you can get online, and maybe it was just the way I was, the options I was using to get it to convert them, but I wasn't overly happy with the results. So I ended up spending like about a month of evenings writing my own video converter that would convert it down to something that I was happy with, and I got it down to like a 2x2 grid of black or white to make like 5 shades of grey, and then I had like an edge detection so you could like get outlines around the character, around Dirk and that. But while I was developing the prototype for the video converter, I grabbed a load of videos off YouTube, just random videos off YouTube, just to run them through, because when you're converting still images from full colour down to black and white, it's not too bad, because you've got like a set colour range or brightness range. But when you're doing a whole movie, it's a lot harder, because you can go from like different colours, different brightnesses. It just, the whole scene cuts from like one scene to the other, and it's like a new section that you have to like have a set of settings for. So I wanted it, rather than having to change the settings all the way through, I wanted one that would sort of work all the way through the movie. So when it did come to converting the movie, it wasn't take me forever just saying, right, I'll have this frame, these settings, and then the next frame, these settings, because there's like ages of like loads of footage.
So just a standardised thing, you can chuck it in.
And so like I say, with the Doom, I when I was converting the images, well, the movies, I wanted to try other movies to see how how it would work with other movies, in case I wanted to do something after doing Dragon's Lair. Like I did think about doing Firefox or Mad Dog McCree or whatever it is.
I remember that, yeah.
But
it's probably worth a fortune.
With the ZX81, it's not really, because the Z80 has to generate the screen display as well. The amount of like processing power you've got is very minimal, and because it's like getting all the video data as well, you haven't really got time to put sprites on the screen. So that's what I was saving it for the next maybe. And so anyway, I was converting all these movies, and I thought I'll just see what like a racing game looks like. And so I was like trying Forza and Project Cars, the intro movies to them, and like one of my mates, Andy Clark, who worked on Project Cars as well, who's go, what have you done to me? What have you done to me video?
That's not good. That's a good thing though, isn't it? Is repackaging it into this new exciting thing.
And then after doing the Project Cars one, I thought I've got to do Doom. And I wanted to see how well it would do, the lighting, because it's all lit, isn't it? And it gets darker as you go into. So I wanted to see how it would work.
What's the obsession with Doom? We've got that guy Rob Prest that did No Guy's Sky. Did you see that with No Man's Sky in the Doom engine? Yeah. We've got him on in a couple of weeks. It's like everything's like, but will it Doom though? Will it Doom?
Yeah.
Well,
that's not a bad thing.
To Doom, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, Doom's such a big, iconic title.
Yeah.
I mean, it started like first-person shooters, really, didn't it? I mean, I know what the Wolfenstein and stuff did, but that was when it really kicked off big time. Yeah,
Doom. Wolfenstein was a solid game, and it was well known, it was popular, but it wasn't Doom. It wasn't that explosion of excitement.
Doom just took it to a whole new level, didn't it?
And it's when everyone got really excited about what you could do. Suddenly people were asking questions like, what if you can jump? Let's make a jump. And everyone's like, no, you're taking it too far now, man. Just calm down. And look where we've gone now. We've had a question on the Twitch that said, will it chiptune? I think he was talking about your new model.
Next. Yes, it will. There's 2 sound processors in it. I can't remember. One's the YM, and the other one is the one that's in the SAM, I think. I can't remember which one it is. but there is 2 audio chips in there, and I'm gonna ask the guys to put an extra feature in for me, which will allow me to play a sample in the background, so that with the movie player that I've got, you'll be able to play audio.
Wonderful. That's
So it'll sort of play the audio in a looped buffer.
These lot are all over that now, you know. Like they'll work with that. Like
Well, I want to do like Guitar Hero type games, and
you know what, you're just pushing it more and more into the realms of like, I'm telling you now, like put that on Kickstarter, get it out there. Someone will just
that's
Mad,
it's going to go
crazy.
big, isn't it?
They'll be whacking a Guitar Hero stock on it in no time. It's going to get.
The thing is, with the Spectrum Next, it's still got the expansion port, so all the old Spectrum things will still fit in it, and obviously there'll still be people making new adapters for it, new plugins.
I've got to say as well, Flower Star's been sending the love. Apparently she met you both. I'm assuming it was Play Expo, wasn't it? Eh?
Yeah.
I've got to apologise again for my behaviour at Play Expo. By the way,
You were a bit spaced out.
I was a bit spaced out because
it's such an awesome event, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was massive. Well, this year it was the best one they've done ever.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Easily.
I was sulking all the way down there because I was like, oh, why do I have to? Because all I do is just go, Dev, will you come on my show? Will you come on my show? Will you come on my show? And then I go, oh no, it's just no, not having you. And that's all I do. And then I go home. But I was actually genuinely impressed with it this year.
Yeah.
They put on an effort to make more zones, and
they took up the whole space as well, didn't they, this time?
And it wasn't just shops and people.
No,
people you can give a five to.
There was a huge
like
retro scene as well, which I was made up about. The arcade was the biggest arcade cab setup they've had. The biggest pinball setup they've had. It was the biggest retro scene they've had there as well. It was brilliant.
Very, very, very impressed with it. And it's in fact,
and cosplay, all the board games and everything.
As I say, going on to, you've just mentioned retro, which we've got to have button bashers back, haven't we? Because we're going to run out of time, aren't we? I want to know, because you've been on our show, haven't you? You've been on the Fab Radio show, so a certain number of us will have learnt about it then, and you said on the radio show that now is when you were filming, and I've seen evidence of that, obviously, at Play Expo.
We did the interview with you where you were like, retro stuff we use.
Well, yeah, that wasn't on the job.
I did when I did cut it, when you said, oh yeah, great editor, it was like, because you were like that all the way through. I like Commodore 64 and like IK Plus, and it's great. No, it was good.
IK Plus was amazing, though.
It was great. No, I totally agree. It's just like you went, I love Atari. Atari's fantastic.
Well, the old 2600. I've still got it on my wall with Mario. The original Mario, sticking it, it's covered in dust now.
Yeah,
no respect for it at all. It's disgusting.
Cool. Yeah, so we started filming it, like I said, at weekend. We just basically met up with the people who are going to be part of the film, like people like John Hare. And just started the interviews, and you, of course. Yeah, sorry, I do apologise. And we just basically just doing on set sort of things with with the background of the retro stuff and the play stuff. So look good, and then we're going to go around the country and start filming the interviews properly. Then we've got the actors coming in, and then we've got the scenes that we've got to recreate based on the interviews. So it's something you've not seen before. There's been retro films done before. I don't think you've seen it done like this, where it's actors playing people like Jim. You've got an actor play. I've not even told you this, have you?
No.
It's a new.
That's going to feel so weird.
It is, isn't it? It's like, that's me, but it's not me.
I know, yeah. So based on like Jim's interview, whatever he tells you, the stories and the stuff that went on, you're going to see it on screen as well. Like,
and there'll be little hints of stuff. You might say something, and you might have a horrific like, I'm not going to mention that, but it'll be all over your face, and then he'll be sat there like with his media thing going.
Right, okay, we're putting
that in. With the actor on there, I'm gonna something happened there. We don't know what, but we'll take some license or whatever. Yeah. See, I'm really intrigued at how, because obviously you get on with all the guys that were from back in the day. Where you've been in the game, exactly.
Yeah.
And for me, what excites me about that is that means that you could maybe get away with a bit more honesty. Like if I was making a film about Jim, I might be a little bit more worried about offending him.
Yeah.
Because they're like, dude ain't coming back on my show ever again. But you're like. I've known him.
Yeah, there's that
I was there and all the
creative licensing. We're going to stretch it a bit and stuff. It's going to be faithful, to the source, but stretch it, make it interesting and stuff, and obviously be respectful to everything.
It's got to be interesting, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's got to, and things like that have to be. And we'll stretch the truth a slight bit, add little things in. But obviously, with the feedback we get from our lovely legends who going to be interviewed in the film, I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm geeking out just meeting these people, and I've known them for years. Before I was filming, I was writing about computer games for magazines and stuff, and it's like before I got into the filming game, I was doing that, so I didn't do any research. I just turned up and we're doing this film next. Like, what's this about 80s games? And the crew were like, what? And it's like, no, it's fantastic. And all the crew are getting behind it now and playing all the games and stuff. Like, I used to play when I was a kid.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
Meeting the people.
That's absolutely wonderful.
And
Yeah.
I want to get outside the bubble. I said this before, didn't I? It's like, a great gaming sort of community, but I want people outside it who didn't know these films out there of retro games, and they go, I had that when I was a kid. I had that. I had an Atari, I had a Commodore, I had a Spectrum. I want to get it out there.
Forget to mention the Amstrad.
And the Amstrad as well. I don't have an Amstrad. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, actually, in about 5 minutes, you're going to see some evidence. I don't want to say evidence, but it's all I can think of right now. That I'm exactly in the same way of thinking.
Yeah.
We went and met a fella and filmed with him, but we filmed it like he was just the coolest. Not that he was a geek that sat there programming all day, like we filmed it like he's a rock god. And I think I'm dead happy with that. When I think about the concept of it, where you're interviewing all these legends, and I don't know if you remember my idea for our input on that, but I'll remind you in a sec. But no, I don't. We don't want to credit. We just want to be there. So if you're interviewing Jim, we want to be like outside with me just wetting my pants, just going, "It's Chip Bagley, it's Chip Bagley in there." Just get all of it, and we'll just stalk you up and down the country, and I'll just have a little freak out, completely out of like my, I won't be on the mics or anything because that'd be really annoying.
I'll be with you like that, geeking out, because I've got people like Rob Hubbard who wrote the amazing Commodore 64 music. He used to buy his games just for the music.
I was in a BBC documentary with Rob Hubbard, but never met him.
Great.
Different days, everything. I was like, go and meet this man at last. Played his music on the show all the time. Go and meet him. Wasn't there? It was bloody Joe Bleeps, who I love. But I see you all the time, mate. You know what I mean? He thought he was there though, which was quite from Peep Show. I was like, hello,
geeking out. But it's Rob Hubbard was my first go-to sort of thing. He was my hero in making all this music, and I thought if I get Rob, then everyone else gets involved and stuff. And I'll be geeking out like you. Don't worry. I know these people. I've met these people personally. I'll just be freaking out. This is my baby in a way that I've always wanted to do. So I think it's going to be really cool. And
we've got J.K. Lowell said I'm excited for all this. I was like, there you go. You've got J.K. Lowell excited. Cool. He's flying over next week. So
fantastic.
I'm gonna hold him to that. You better be, because I'm gonna remember this exactly the minute that you said it and all that. Oracle said I'm all about Guitar Hero, and he's wrote all about in caps, which is okay.
Excellent.
And there's all sorts of stuff going on here actually. Dyer Gamblick, it's been chatting loads. Big fan. I can't go through the chats though. This is terrific, isn't it? I hate this because I've got that there. I don't want to upset you, and I've got these here.
It's all going, it's great.
I told myself off last night for not talking to you enough because there was loads of stuff that I was saying that I should have been saying to you and I wasn't doing. So there we go. I'm doing it now. I'm getting more and more used to it. We're getting the flow going. And like I said at the start of the show, we can grow and improve together. Right, moving on. I'm going to chat to you guys in a minute. Again, don't worry. Please don't go anywhere. That'd be so weird, wouldn't it? Don't go anywhere. No. Next is our very first GameGear. It's a brand new format for us. HarleyLikesMusic, who you will have seen in last week's Chip Battle, filmed at Band on the Wall, who actually, Oracle, I know you're watching, he's just gone ahead in the votes, by the way. I don't know if you know that, but he's just snuck ahead of you, mate, so you best get your game up in terms of grabbing people. But yeah, we went to his studio and, well, I'll let the video speak for itself, eh?
Hello! I've been expecting you. Come on in. I'm HarleyLikesMusic. I've been making music for about 8 years now. First started off on like computers, like Ableton and stuff. As I went to college, I met this guy who can show me this like chiptune stuff. So got into that, and today I'm just going to be walking you through what I usually use and just a bit of a studio tour. So I usually use the Game Boy SP to like play live. Because the noise floor is pretty high, I use a GameCube with a Game Boy player at home. You just get like a better, clearer sound quality and not as much noise. It's better for me for recording. I like to mess around with other stuff as well, especially like circuit event stuff. This is a modified toy that a mate of mine made for me. Bogus Noise, definitely check that out. But yeah, he's modified this so that I can control it through the 606. So we turn that on, press play. And yeah, basically I can use the tongs to like sequence on the 606 and then trigger the sounds in here. It's a bit unpredictable, but it's good fun. I've been doing something a bit different recently. I've been using an Arduino boy, which is like a MIDI interface for the Game Boy. So I'm controlling the Game Boy player with the Game Boy SP. The Arduino boy is connected to the Game Boy player at the bottom there via the link cable port. From the Arduino boy, the MIDI out is going into this 303 clone, and the 303 clone is going into this big muff distortion pedal. It just means you can get this like extra element to use an LSDJ, and you can make stuff like this. I describe my music as just like heavy really, it's not really a particular style. I like to think I'm kind of somehow creating my own style with the sounds that I do make. But I mean, I take inspiration from like drum and bass, metal, some like doom stuff as well. It's a real like mashup of different styles all like combined into one. I just try and make like layer sounds up in LSDJ to try and make them as like big sounding as possible, using every free space to build them up. You know, there might be like 3 layers to a kick sometimes. It's all about just kind of getting that like heavy, punchy, covering the frequencies sound. This track in particular, the snare is made up of like 4 parts. I'll just like show you the bit I'm on about now. So yeah, there's big like snare smacks. They're made up of mainly on the wave channel, and you can hear like the 909 snare and clap together. There's also noise that follows that, and there's like this really kind of tiny like pulse blip, which by itself doesn't sound that big, but when you put it all together. So the clip of the track that I just showed you with like the snare in 4 parts, that's on my new album, which was released on the 20th of August. The album's called 1.5. It's like not quite HarleyLikesMusic 2.0 because I'm still like experimenting and finding new sounds. It's been released on ChipBeats, which is a Japanese chiptune label. They release all kinds of like chiptune music using various like old consoles, some using Game Boy like me, other people using Amigas and Ataris and whatever else. You can download the album from their Bandcamp, some physical CDs, you can download the album, and they're also selling a new t-shirt as well, so definitely check that out. I'm lucky to have quite a lot of creative friends that help me out with stuff other than the music itself on the album. Close friend of mine called Connor Matheson, he's done all the artwork for me. Josh the Good as well, who's also does chiptune music under the name Calavera. He made like this amazing like short intro animation for my YouTube channel where I do like tutorials, tips and tricks that I found while I'm making music. So this Vine that James York posted, and he's the guy that runs ChipBeats, the label that I release on. And it's basically him asking his daughter how hot the centre of the earth is. That was her response. I was like, that is so cute and adorable. So I was like, right, downloaded the Vine, ripped the audio off, cut up the samples, put them into LSDJ, and then got this.
Attention small business owner, when is a box more than just a box? No! No! Oh no, that's just weird. A box is more than just a box when it can give you a couple of extra hours in bed, or at the very least some time to do something more fun and or productive than bookkeeping. Just bang all your paperwork in a box and we'll take care of the rest. Accounts direct. Accountants on your side.
Guys, we need you. I'm sorry for the focus, I moved then. I know. We need you. We're starting a show on Thursday. In fact, the first time you're watching this is on the show. We're actually there now, within it. Now, we've got this brand new show, GameFace Show. It's going out. We're going to be on Twitch and YouTube, and we need you. We want your input. Help us make the show. It's all about you. So get in touch and get involved. Is that okay?
That's fine, but they can write content as well if they like. They can write articles.
I didn't even say about that. Yeah, because we've got GameFaceShow.com. We've got, yeah, right. Sorry, I'm so focused on the pilot at the moment. Hello there, welcome back. Thanks so much for that. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know. It's going to be available on YouTube. Send us a comment, all the rest of it. I love the comments. We read every single one, and you'll see we reply to most of it. And don't forget to vote. Click the eye. Every single video we put out has got a little eye there, and there's always more content, expanded stuff. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, there's going to be links to the Button Bashers and Jim stuff as well. So go on, do check it out. It's not got all those horrible annotations everywhere then. Favourite live leak comment during that was, oh, where's it gone? Oh, it's gone up now. It was about the teeth, wasn't it? Something like, there was some Brit teeth. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, it's updated.
You've got lovely teeth for a Brit.
Yeah, those are some Brit teeth. Not
black, not green.
Not black, not green, but nice. WTF. I don't know who he's talking. I think he might be talking about Harley then. Been told to plug the LL viewers. Hello, you all right? Hello, live late viewers. Thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate it, and I like it as well. I like to hear all this stuff because I live and breathe chiptune. It's my life. I'm obsessed with it. I was huge on video games, and chiptune just sort of stripped me away, and because they're all part of the same thing. I don't really draw a line between them, and it's interesting from my point of view to hear someone that's just like, wait, what? You know, it's just a brand new thing. And yeah, so go for it. And I'm glad you appreciate the gay flag as well. That's Hayden that's done that. You can thank Hayden for that little nod there. He designed the studio. You knew they'd like that, didn't you? Right, moving on. Chip Battles. I've got some good news for you. Our UK versus USA has got a date and it's got a location. We're going to be at Fab Cafe, and we're going to be on the 22nd, so that's just 9 days from this broadcast. We've got Oracle versus JK LOL, and we've got 2XAA versus Fuzzy Proxy. That's going to be at Fab Cafe, 8 PM. Totally free, just turn up. The boys are coming from the States, they're coming all the way from America, funding their own way here just to do a chip battle. So we need to represent, and I need you there. If you come to any chip gigs at all, then the 22nd of this month, please be at Fab Cafe. It's completely free. Come, have a few drinks, dance, boo, go crazy, and then hopefully we can get bookings over there because they'll go home and be like, this was amazing. Saying that, if that's the only gig you go to in Manchester, if you're in Liverpool, please come to Chipfest Halloween edition, where we've got Methpop, who are going to be covering the Venga Boys. Oh, my word. We've got Zeiss, who are going to be doing Genesis on Genesis. Now, for anyone who doesn't know Zeiss, they tend to work with Game Boys, so them doing a Mega Drive set is going to be amazing. Oracle's going to be there doing the Prodigy, and Tommy Creep's going to be there. But we also have a chip battle. We're going to be there at Liverpool on the 28th of this month. Oh, God, it's busy, isn't it? 22nd, 28th. We've got a video though. We've got the Tinfoil Hat Brigade versus the fella you're about to see. He sent a little throwdown vid.
Jukeflex, have you getting to say to your chip battle opponent, the Tinfoil Hat Brigade?
What?
The chip battle you've already agreed to do at Chipfest in Liverpool on the 28th of October.
Yeah, that's a chip battle. Where are they going to have it? Harry Ramsden's. I don't know if I'll be able to do it because maybe having some sex that night, or hey, I might be DJing in the club. I might be having some sex in the club, but no in the toilets because there's a man there for that now.
Okay, so you got anything final to say?
Tinfoil Hat Brigade. If you think you're hard, then I'm going to bring the hardest tunes to you, and they are going to smack your wee bum. Woo!
How good was that? That was amazing. The guy sends it me over YouTube. It's 360 lines, and it's got licensed music in it, so I don't know what we're gonna have to do there. We'll have to cut it off for the YouTube or something, but that's to be seen, and I've been promised more of that, please. Anyone that's doing a chip battle, more of that. I can't wait to see what Duke Flex brings. Tinfoil Hat Brigade has not been defeated yet, so this is going to be an awesome battle. Two huge characters. Really, really looking forward to it. Final bit of Chip Battles news for you, and it's the Sonder Festival. I mentioned it last week. 10th to the 13th of November. So far, we've had Gwem and CFGK that I'm allowed to tell you about. I know the names of a few more, but they're the two that we're releasing so far. We're going to be there all Friday the 11th of November, and as the festival runs over the weekend, Thursday through to Sunday, the Friday during the day we're going to be providing like a chill zone, so you can go there, share information. There's going to be some learning going on if that's what you want to do. I mean, some of us do, don't we, eh? Some of us enjoy that sort of thing. And there's going to be some gaming tournaments and all the rest of it, and then as we roll on into the evening, we've got... they're not here. Why am I only allowed to say two names of people? Sorry, I'm saying it. No, I'm not. What if you don't come? No, I'm going to. Pain Perdue. We've got Pain Perdue coming from France, which I'm very, very happy about. The boy's going to bring it. God, I hope he's not cancelled in the meantime, eh? I'm going to look like a right ass, aren't I? But yeah, so we're going to be rolling out the biggest Chip Battles event we've ever done, the 11th of November. It's going to be epic. Battle after battle after battle, but there'll be DJs in between, and we're going to be getting people circuit bending and doing all sorts of beautiful stuff and making all sorts of wonderful sounds that you've never heard before in your entire life. Right, there we go for the Chip Battles one. We've got to move on, haven't we, eh? There was a funeral on Twitch. Did you all see this? I've specifically put this on because I didn't know how I don't know how I feel about it. I really, really don't. So, you know, Twitch that we're on right now, it's a huge platform for some people. This fellow, Fizzerp, was absolutely huge. His funeral has been watched 30,000 times at the point where I wrote this. It's probably gone way more viral by now. And so this Philip, I don't know, I want to hear what you've got to say about this, honestly, be it in the YouTube comments or whatever. I mean, how do you guys feel about this?
There was a funeral on Twitch.
Yeah, so this is
the funeral from the coffin and everything.
No, I mean, it wasn't like a GoPro in the casket or out like that. It wasn't. It was quite tasteful.
That's the way I'd go. Yeah.
So this he's a pro gamer, huge Twitch dude.
Yeah.
Really, really famous, really popular, very, very well loved. I mean, they've raised over $20,000 for charity
that's amazing.
in the name of it.
That's a winner there, then, isn't it?
And he existed in this world, and now they and apparently it was really awful to watch. I mean, we had you didn't see it. We got a screenshot of it. It's quite artistic the way they did it. It was a picture of him with the thing there, and you could see people reading and stuff like that. But
I think it's right. Yeah, if he's like you say, he's in that world. Then that's how you ends. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and it's raised money.
Yeah,
so
which is the main thing.
It's a winner, yeah.
Is that it? We're doing anything then, as long as it raises a bit of money.
Yeah,
for a charity. Or
no, I know. I'm only messing about with you. It's an interesting one for me. I mean, I feel like that. Yeah, I think why not? Especially if. I mean, there was a funeral the other day. God, you could see my face then, couldn't you, as I thought about it? Because it was like, it's too close to home. But there was, I know at one point, someone was reading something out that a lot of people across the world had contributed to. And I know that a bit of it, that there was a Skype. You know, they were asked, well, the people who contributed wanted to watch it on Skype. So I thought, well, that's probably a bit more accepted. But this Twitch thing was, I mean, it made the BBC. The BBC actually talked about video games in a sense that wasn't, look what someone's built in Minecraft, and this has turned 30 today. The BBC actually did a gaming story that wasn't those two things, so I was quite happy about that. But it's a weird one. I really want to know how you feel about it. We've got we all deal with grief in our own way. I just hope that my funeral will be one huge party. I'm sorry, I can't say your name. I'm going to say Diag. Funeral on Twitch seems appropriate for the circumstances, but trolls is what I worry about. Yeah, well, there was a big thing with that, because obviously, so far anyway, our little corner of Twitch has been a fountain of love and respect, and but Twitch can be quite nasty, but apparently it was all right. As I said, I've not watched the video. I have no interest in watching it. I know what happens at a funeral. I'm not a fan of this guy. I can bring it up on air, I think, without... I've seen screenshots of it. For me personally, that's enough for me. It'd feel weird for me. If I knew him, though, and they're on the other side of the planet, I'd be all right. Anyway, let's move on. I want to know about that. Please let us know at GameFace Show, all one word. Drop us a tweet, chat on the Twitch, comment on the YouTube. I'll remind you as well, if you comment on the YouTube or chat on the Twitch, you can win a free game. Every week we do that. Bribery, eh? Bribery. Free games. Right, I'm going to move on really quickly. AMD. The Radeon driver updates have just gone up, and AMD's Gaming Evolved has gone. It's been disappearing. It's not on the new updates, which I'm dead happy about, because every time that bloody Gaming Evolved, every time I wouldn't watch it, every time I wouldn't watch the little tick box, and I put it on, and that bloody thing would come up, and it'd go optimizing now, and it's like, and it'd break something, and I'd have to roll back and mess about, and good riddance. I'm glad it's gone. The Radeon Crimson, that's when people started noticing. Right, we're going to move on anyway, but yeah, good news for all those cheapskates that are getting AMDs, eh? Xbox and PS4. Now, finally, they've been talking about it for a few months now, and everyone knew it was going to be Rocket League. Well, it's happened, hasn't it? Yeah, they're finally going to roll out crossplay on Rocket League. Well, it's good news, isn't it? I think this generation, PS4 XBONE, really split people. You had so many people, the 10-year generation cycle. You had your mates on. If you had an Xbox, you had your mates on it. But this year they've brought out too many iterations, too many different kinds. All this 4.5, the Neo, and all that. People have split off as well. I think the sooner we get more games across platform, the better. Hey, bit of love.
That's good news for us as well at work with VTime, because the and ahhing whether we're allowed to use cross-platform for VTime on the PlayStation.
Oh, really?
So hopefully, with that good news, it should help us.
It's funny how they've sold the good news, though, isn't it? And and this is for me, and it's a lot of Xbox fanboys have done this, and I'm not like I think Xbox One is great, PS4 is great, they're all wonderful, but I know that obviously in terms of the PR war, PlayStation's definitely, but Sony's been winning, of course it has. Yeah. Look at just sales alone. But this thing now has been sold, and we'll let it go. We'll let it go, because they've done a few massive cock-ups. But it's been sold as Microsoft have allowed it to happen. Yeah. Sony had it on the cards years ago. It was Microsoft when they were winning or whatever. Yeah. They were the ones that held back on it, but now they've done it. All the Xbox fanboys have gone, yeah, finally, we've done you a favour. And you know what? Everyone's just letting it go, aren't they? They're just like, you know what? Yeah, all right, whatever. A little bit of news for you. Overwatch has got some Halloween skins going on. Check it out. I think there's like a dozen of them, and some of them are fit. And I say that as I'm not into hentai or anything like that, but yeah, man, gorgeous. Absolutely wonderful. Mafia 3 has just been released, and this is the second bit that I really want to hear your perspective on it. And in fact, I'll be honest, I would like someone to write an article, please, if you could. If there's anyone that's been playing Mafia 3, I'm probably looking at you, Jordan. Let me know. There's a big warning at the beginning of it. It's full screen right now, so you can read it yourself. Mafia 3 takes place in a fictionalized version of the American South in 1968. We sought to create an authentic and immersive experience that captures this very turbulent time and place, including depictions of racism. And I'm not going to go on to it, but they're basically justifying it at the start of the game. Yeah. It's got the KKK in it. It's got the N-word. It's got all the rest of it. And I really want your feedback on it. I don't want to lead this too much. I want to hear what you guys have got to say. I mean, I'm gonna say something though. It'd be a bit weird tuning in, wouldn't it? Me just going, no, sod you. But I think it's wonderful. I think in terms of the evolution of video games as an art form, I think there's an element to it of South Park where they have the warning at the beginning, just so that you go, this is going to be a bit naughty. I think there's an element to that, you know, and I think a lot of games do that where they have the little warnings where they don't really need to be there. But I think this is great. I think it's a sign of it growing up.
Yeah, like films allowed to do things like that. So why not games? So yeah, I think it's really good.
Django didn't even have that warning, and Django went all out with it, didn't it? You know.
So why can't it work on games? Yeah.
See, for me, there's a lot of mature people, and I don't just mean that in terms of age. There's a lot of very intelligent, mature people in the industry. Like,
me, though,
I can't handle that. Oh no, I'm going to put my arms outside the safe zone again, aren't I? But I think market forces, you know, what people are, the fear of the money men have in terms of what they will and won't pay for, and obviously things like Kickstarter have shoved all that away for the most part. But in terms of the big budget stuff, I think this is a really, really exciting thing. You know, Mafia 3 is it's that chain of games, isn't it, where you have all the markers and all that nonsense. And I think it's great that they're moving into this kind of area where they are challenging people, and it's not just an art house game, you know, and all the rest of it. That's my tuppence anyway. I don't know if you guys got anything else to add to that, actually. What's your perspective? Would you want to make an adult? Would you want to make like a grown-up game?
No, I prefer all the old arcade stuff, you know, all the retro games. I think it's to me, games more about playability than like all swear words in and stuff like that. I mean, I know, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's really bad and you shouldn't do it, but because like especially with like Mafia 3, that was basically what happened in the time, so it's right for that game. But me, I enjoy the fun, light-hearted games, humour.
Cutie graphics,
yes.
Well, that's the wonderful thing about the industry. You know, it's a wonderful...
So varied.
It's halfway between artistic and technology, isn't it? And you rub your hands together and something what you want comes out the other end.
Yeah.
But from the consumer's point of view, from the player's point of view, in the exact same way that we just talked about Django, sometimes I want to watch Django, sometimes I want to watch Ren and Stimpy, you know?
Yeah, it's that.
And I need those different layers depending on my mood, you know?
It's just variety, isn't it? And it caters for every mood.
Yeah.
Have you ever done any violent game? Anything?
Doom.
Yeah, you did Doom on the Saturn. Yeah.
Do you know what? I can't believe we're 54 minutes in, and because as soon as we put a tweet out earlier, and thanks, it's been one of our most retweeted ones in ages, so thank you so much, everyone. We put a tweet out earlier, and the first reply was Doom on the Saturn. Yeah, just straight away. And
sorry, I forgot. I'm rubbish, mate. I was doing a film about retro games and I forgot that.
Big respect.
It's only a little game.
Yeah, something like that.
Big respect.
Yeah.
Anyone that's got any association with the Sega Saturn is just like, I love you to bits, man. Right, last little bit of news before we start to wrap up the show. But I got a bit excited about Beyond Good and Evil 2 last week. I called it Beyond Flesh and Blood, which isn't my fault. Those guys have been all over the place promoting the hell out of the game that's just come out. So, in my defence, it just came up on my feed. I was like, and but yeah, it's coming out. It's definitely happening. It wasn't just a sort of random thing. Beyond Flesh and Blood is actually happening, and I'm really, really chuffed about that. And that's another one where it's not gone the full thing of Mafia 3, where it's just really challenging you and stuff, but there was a trippy kind of darkness to it that I think it passed everyone by at the time, unfortunately. But yeah, it's been in development hell since 2008. Yeah. But good news is you're going to have to wait another couple of years for it, because they've only just started.
Yeah.
Right. Sod the whole chat we had on Fab the other day about how they're sort of announcing games a lot later, so there's just a 6-month window, or going on E3 and going, it's out now, you know, and Beyond Good and Evil finally gets a sequel, and you're looking at about 2 years, mate. Sorry. Oracle has just said Beyond Flesh and Blood is a wicked-looking indie mech shooter. You're damn right. It's an indie game, but it's punching way, way above its weight. Oracle, mate, could you get a link for that out? Anyone watching this on YouTube, please check out our YouTube, GameFace Show, all one word. If you look below in the description, everything we've been talking about, there's links to it. Just scroll through, it tends to be a huge body of text, but it's all there, I promise you. Unless it's just gone live and I've not had a chance to do it yet. Like halfway through. It's hard work though, isn't it? Yeah, there's a link on the Twitch right now for Beyond Flesh and Blood if you want to try that out. I wouldn't bother checking out Beyond Good and Evil 2 now, because this video will be long, dusty and dead by the time that finally hits the shelves. Right, guys, thanks so much for coming. It's gone quick, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Please check out. In fact, Oracle, whilst you're sharing links, please will you get these two guys, get the Kickstarter, get Jim's site out, please. I haven't sent him your site in advance. I've got it open here. I should do it really, shouldn't I? He'll find it though. He's dead good. Yeah. That's why he does.
Just the Twitter thing will do.
Yeah, well, in fact, we've got your thing. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. No,
and
thank you again.
Please involve GameFace with this. I'd love to.
Yeah,
definitely. If you're doing the interviews, just have me. And
we'll lock him out.
But we kind of go for this thing a lot at the moment, and you are going to see this over the next few weeks. We can't
sort of behind him, watching him like look through the window,
crying.
Crying.
We've kind of got this running joke of everyone telling me to F off. You know, it's like everyone. And the bigger.
The next time I see you.
Fuck off. Just like that. And I'll be like, he's all investing. And then I'll stand there and scroll through an hour's worth for this. Yeah. No, he's there, 57. See, he said he would. Lee, thanks so much for joining us. Jim, thanks so much for joining us. I'm glad to finally sit you down. And the silent people, hello, thanks for being around. Hello. Coming up on, this is we just used to be on a Sunday. It's freaking me out now. This Saturday, we're going to be Twitch streaming the shaving of Sophus Mao's hair. We're also going to be filming it as well with a proper lens and a proper camera. So there'll be, if the Twitch stream is a bit rubbish, don't worry. Hopefully on next week's show, we'll be showing that. She's doing it. She's donating it to cancer. If you click this square on the YouTube, it'll take you directly to her thing if you want to donate. Or watch us on Saturday, please. I think she's on about 260 quid now, which is great. That's my partner, though. I'm going to lose her hair, aren't I? Bloody hell. On Sunday, we've got the lads from IPLAYGAMING in. I'm quite excited about that. I've not had a chance to meet them, and we've had to turn down a booking from them. They're going to be in Newcastle on the 22nd, which is when we've got USA versus UK. So I said, right, well, we can't do a chip battles for you, but come on the radio show. So we're going to be having a wee chat with them, and I'm quite excited because they're doing very, very well in terms of paid gaming events at the moment, and I want to know what the secret is, eh? Are you charging £12 a ticket? How are you managing that? And people are just do. Right, this final thing, I've not had confirmation whilst we were on, but sod it. BluChu has made the latest video for Megaran. This is OP. This is a teaser. It's like a hint of a tiny little moment of it. This is going to be coming out this weekend. It might be out tomorrow or Sunday. We're not sure yet. It'll be one of those days. But yeah, this is how we're ending the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Heard they want to take us out the game. Said it's an unfair advantage or something like that. Yeah. I don't stand around acting tough. Record label still wanna snatch me up like Jack.